morning everybody, welcome to today's class. I hope you all had a nice day yesterday, enjoyed the sunshine because it looks as though it's the last we're going to get for a few days. Let's get started on today's session. So we're just going to do our stretching we did the same yesterday. Just going to interlace those fingers, circle the arms in front, just dropping that head through so you're curving in your back. Nice deep breath in and out. Those arms are going to drop, and we're taking them behind, pulling them back and lifting the chest. Going to go one more time on each one. Interlace those fingers in front, dropping the head. Taking the arms behind, pulling them back. Good. From there we're going to lay on our back to do our breathing. So come onto your mat. Let me just sort mine out with me. So you're going to lay on your back. Knees bent, feet on the floor. You're resting down on the floor so you're looking straight up to the ceiling. You show that slight curve underneath your lower back, just big enough to be able to get parts of your hand underneath, and your arms are resting down beside you. From here we're taking nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through a pursed lip. Breathing in and out. So as you're taking these nice deep breaths in and out, I want you to think about the position of these hips. So we want to keep them nice and level. Imagine that you've got a torch on each hip bone and they're shining up parallel to one another onto the ceiling. We want to keep the upper body nice and relaxed. We're thinking shoulders away from the ears. Chest is nice and open. Keeping the weight evenly placed through those feet. So big toe, little toe and heel. And we're just going to start to gently tighten through the tummy. From here, as you breathe out, you're going to tuck that pelvis under so you're flattening your lower back into the floor. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release back out. Tucking under to flatten. Holding there. Releasing out. So as we're tucking under, we're trying to find a nice strong flat back position. So you're using your pelvis and your tummy muscles to move. So try to avoid squeezing your bottom. this next one, we're holding our flat back, so tucking under to hold. Holding here, we're going to start to tighten in the pelvic floor. So as you breathe out, you're tightening all the way in with the pelvic floor. Inhale to release. Exhale to tighten. And we release. So you're thinking of the sensation of stopping a wee mid-flow. So as you're tightening, you should feel as though your tummy muscles are working harder and that your back is slightly flatter into the floor. We're going to halve this contraction. So 50% tightening in the pelvic floor as you exhale, inhale to release. So we still want to keep this upper body nice and relaxed. So get those shoulders away from the ears. Chest is nice and open. So if you are feeling tense, just turn your palms up towards the ceiling. We're going to pull this tummy all the way down towards your spine. And you're keeping the weight even through these feet. So big toe, little toe and heel. Halving one last time, so 20 to 25% tightening. So this should feel like a very gentle lifting. Something that you could sustain throughout any exercise if you needed to. It's just working in the background. Your flat back position should feel really strong. You're using your tummy muscles and your pelvic floor to help you to stay there. We're going to bring those legs up into a tabletop position. So your knees will come up above your hips and your shins will be parallel to the ceiling. And we're going into a toe tap. So we're tapping one toe down. And you're lifting up to swap sides, tapping down and lift, tap down and lift. So you've got both legs lifted here, tapping down and lift. So keeping that tummy nice and tight and using your pelvic floor. Your shoulders are relaxed. You're taking nice deep breaths. Put two more on each side. Tap down and lift. Tap down and lift. Last one each side. Tap down and lift. Tap down and lift. Relaxing there. Hug those knees into your chest. Then we're going to come on to our hands and knees for our stretch through our back. This. I'm going to grab yourself a drink at any point if you need one. So we can take those hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips, just looking down towards that floor. So from here we're going to tuck the pelvis under, curving the back. As you start to arch the spine, you're going to drop that head. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale, let the pelvis come back out through the spine, piece by piece, and your head is the last thing to lift. We're tucking under to curve, arching the back, dropping the head, we hold, releasing out through the spine. And lifting that head. So we want to get lots of movement through the back. So you're working into each section of your spine, piece by piece. So if you do have any areas that feel stiff or sore, just remember to slow them down. Take your time as you move into each section, piece by piece. Working vertebrae by vertebrae. Breathe. So as you're curving the back, you're pulling that tummy all the way in. And as you're releasing out to your start position, you're letting the shoulders come away from the ears. 2 more here, tucking under to curve, arch the back. Drop that head, we hold. Releasing out through the spine. And we lift 1 more here, tucking under to curve. Arching the back. Dropping that head, we hold. Releasing out through the spine. And the head lifts. From there we're going to push back into a shell stretch. So bottom to the feet, reach those arms forwards. And then we go on to our sides for our chest opening stretch. So as you're resting down, take those legs together. Arms are nice and long. Taking the hands palm to palm, resting that head down if you can. We're going to lift this top arm up so that your fingertips point to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, you're twisting away towards the opposite wall. Holding here to stretch. Before lifting back up and over. To come down palm to palm. The top arm lifts, fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you and we twist away. Holding here to take your stretch. Before we lift back up and over. To come down palm to palm. So you want to keep these legs glued together and grounded so that this twist is coming through your waist. Make sure you're taking nice deep breaths. arm is reaching nice and long, so you're stretching from the fingertips all the way into your armpit. And we're looking at this hand for as long as we can. So you're now getting a nice range of movement through the head. Let's take 2 more here. We're lifting up, fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you. We're twisting away. Holding here for your stretch. Before you lift back up and over. To come down palm to palm. We've got 1 more here. Lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking that head with you. We twist away. Holding here for your stretch. Before coming back up and over. To come down palm to palm. From here we're swapping sides. So you can either roll over to face the other direction, or you're going to swap the end of your mat that you're laying at. So again, you're laying with those knees bent, legs together, arms along, palm to palm, resting that head down. We're lifting the top arm up, fingertips point to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here to stretch. Before lifting back up and over. To come down palm to palm. Lifting up, fingertips point to the ceiling. Taking that head with you, we're twisting away. Holding for your stretch. Before we lift all the way up and over. To come back down palm to palm. So remember, those legs are staying glued together and grounded, so you can get this twist through your waist. Make sure you're taking nice deep breaths. Stretching from the fingertips all the way into your armpits. So now you're really opening up in your chest. Just make sure that you're looking at this hand for as long as you can. So you know you're getting a really good range of movement on both sides of your neck. We've got 2 more here. We're lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you. Twisting away, we hold. We're lifting back up and over. And all the way down, palm to palm. Last one here, lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, you're twisting away. We hold. We're lifting all the way back up and over. To come down palm to palm. From here, I want you to take a nice full body stretch. You can roll on your back if you prefer. We are going to be on our backs for the next exercise, but if you need a drink or anything like that, then you can grab one. Just get myself sorted out. Okay. So as you lay on your back, take your knees bent, feet on the floor. You're resting so that you can look all the way up towards the ceiling, and your arms start down beside you. But remember, you've got that neutral position, so you should have a little gap underneath the lower spine. You're taking a nice deep breath in to nod the head, chin to chest. Exhale, lift those shoulders from the floor, reach your arms nice and long. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. Chin to chest. We're lifting up. We hold. Control back down. So you're using your tummy muscles to lift you. Pulling the belly button all the way down towards your spine. This chin to chest position is here to keep the neck nice and relaxed. So take a big nod of the head, then tighten the tummy to lift you. Breathe. This reaching of your arms to keep those shoulders away from the ears. Use your pelvic floor. We've got 2 more here. And then we're going to change those arms. Chin to chest. Lifting up. We hold. Control back down. Last one here. Chin to chest. Lifting up. Holding. Control back down. From here, you're going to bring those arms across your chest. So like you're giving yourself a little hug. Your hands are just by the shoulders. Again, chin to chest as you breathe in. Exhale, lifting up. We hold. Control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting up. We hold. Control back down. Just take a moment to make sure the shoulders haven't lifted now that you've moved the arms. They're staying down and away. Tummy stays nice and tightened. Use that chin to chest position. Let's take 2 more here. We'll change the arms one last time. Chin to chest. Lifting up. We hold. Control back down. Last one here. Chin to chest. Lifting up. We hold. Control back down. From here, we're taking those hands one on top of the other. They're either onto your forehead, or you can bring them behind the head if you want that extra support. Just remember that they're on the head, they're not on the neck. Okay, that's going to just pull. So from here, again, we go chin to chest. Lifting up, we hold. Control back down. Nod the head. We lift. Holding. Control back down. So we're going to keep these elbows nice and wide so your chest is really open. Remember, those shoulders stay away from the ears. Using your tummy muscles, use your pelvic floor. got 2 more here. Chin to chest, lifting up, we hold. Control, back down, last one, chin to chest, lifting up, we hold. Control, back down. From there, just hug those knees into your chest. And we're going to then be on either our fronts or in a kneeling position, whichever you find more comfortable. So just see, I'll just come, well, I can kind of fit in the camera here actually. I'll just move this. Actually, I'll move a little bit further forward so you can see me better. Okay, so if you don't like bearing weight through your knees, you find it uncomfortable, then go into a laying position so your legs are nice and long behind you, hands will be mat width apart in line with your ears. And you're going to be going into chest lifts with the forearms on the floor. If you're okay with kneeling, then we're going to be in a knelt position. Sorry, there's a really massive spider right up there on the rafters and it's really distracting me. You want your knees directly underneath your hips, get them quite close together. If you suffer from cramp, then tuck those toes behind you underneath, okay? If not, just leave them resting down. Arms are resting down, keep those shoulders relaxed. Just slightly nodding your head to keep your chin into your chest and the tension away from that neck and shoulders. As you breathe in, pull your tummy in and start to lean yourself back. Exhale, squeeze your bottom to lift yourself up. We're going to lean back, squeeze and lift. So mine is really tiny. You can make yours much bigger if you want to. If you are making that movement bigger, then you should start to feel it more through the front of the thigh, so your quads. Really use the squeeze of your bottom and that exhale to drive yourself forwards. Shoulders are relaxed. Let's take 2 more like this and we'll add in our twists. Leaning back, pushing up, leaning back, pushing up. From there, if you're on your front with your hands and on your ears, you're going to go into single arm lifts. So you're getting a slight twist to that back. If you're in a knelt position, those hands come in front of your chest. As you lean, you're going to add a twist. You're going to look at that hand. Exhale back. So you're going to inhale to lean and twist. Exhale to come back. So again, mine is really tiny here. You can make yours much bigger. Just remember to use that breath out as you're lifting up. We're looking at that hand so that you're stretching the whole of the upper body. Two more on each side. We're going to twist and lean. Come back to the centre. Twist and lean. Come back to the centre. One more time on each side. Twist and lean. Back to the centre. Twist and lean. Back to the centre. Relaxing there. Whichever position that you've been in, whether that's on your front or kneeling, just bring yourself into a shell stretch. So that's bottom push to the feet. Bottom push to your feet. Arms reaching out in front. From there, we're going to be on our backs for the 100. Remember to just grab a drink if you need one. talk you through what we're doing, and then we'll go all together. If you joined in yesterday, it's exactly the same. So you're going to need to find a strong flat back position. So you're going to really tuck under to lift that gap underneath your lower spine. From here, your legs are going to come up into tabletop. So your knees are above your hips and your shins are parallel to the ceiling. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more in that position, then take your knees away from your hips. Keep those shins parallel and your lower back nice and flat. From there, you're going to nod the head, lift the shoulders, your arms will be long, your palms will be facing the floor. So you're beating those arms up and down for your 100 repetitions. 5 as you breathe in, 5 as you breathe out, which I will count for you. So the arms will look like this. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Then those hands come behind your head, your legs are still lifted. You're going into 2 sets of 8, sitting up towards those legs. From there, you can drop your head back, or shoulders rest down, so you're looking up to the ceiling. Bring the arms beside you. You're going to lengthen your legs as much as you can. So remember, it doesn't matter if there's still a little bit of a bend through those knees. So lengthen that as much as you can, and we're going to crisscross. Okay, you've got 2 sets of 8, crisscrossing those legs. Once you finish there, we relax, and we'll take a stretch all together, and we'll be done for that. Okay, so find your nice, strong, flat back position. So you're really tucked under, lose that gap. From there, bring those legs to tabletop. Knees above those hips, shins parallel to the ceiling. We're going to nod the head, lift the shoulders, and bring those arms out nice and long. Here we go. And we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pelvic floor, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Staying there, bring those hands behind your head. We have sit-ups for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, breathe, 3, 2, 1, 8 more, 8, 7, 6, tummies in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest your head and your shoulders down, bring your arms down beside you. Lengthen those legs as much as you can. We're going to crisscross for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relaxing there. Hug those knees into your chest. And if you need to, just take a nice full body stretch. Good. From there, we're coming up to sitting. I'm going to take a stretch out through the legs. Again, grab a drink if you need one. So you can sit on something raised as well if you need to, like a arc barrel or a step or a cushion or anything like that. I need to bring your legs out wide, so the widest position that you can manage. And as I've always said with this position, it doesn't matter if that still feels quite narrow. Mine is fairly narrow here. So if you can go wider, that's great. If it's a little bit narrower than me, that's also fine. So you're going to start sitting up nice and tall. What we're going to do is we're going to stretch down one leg, then through the centre to the other leg, sit back up. Hang on, I think I've just changed what I did. Oh, sorry, that was last week. We're not doing that, that's a complete lie. Bring your leg in front. Sorry, totally gone off track there. Bring one leg in front, directly in front of you, and fold the other knee in so that your foot is on the inside of your thigh. Baby brain, I'm going to blame that on. So what we're going to do is a stretch we haven't actually done before unless you did yesterday's class. But it's super easy and you'll be fine. So you sit up nice and tall. What you're going to do is bring your arms really long and lift up. I want you to reach as tall as you can towards the ceiling. Flex your foot of the leg that's long. Keeping that length of your arms hinged through your hips, you're going to start to bring yourself down towards that leg. Keeping the arms long and reaching. Doesn't matter if they're not on the foot, if they're on the leg somewhere, drop that head. Holding here, so you're either touching the foot, the ankle, or somewhere on your shin. Just dropping that head to allow your body to come down further towards that knee. See if you can just drop a bit further here. Nice deep breaths. Then you're going to reach those arms nice and long, tighten the tummy. Keep reaching up towards the ceiling. And then allow the arms to come down. We're going to do that again. Arms are lengthening up towards the ceiling. You're reaching up really tall. Hinge through the hips, taking the arms with you towards that foot, flexing it if you can, dropping that head. Staying here to breathe. Tighten that tummy, the arms reach away, lifting up again towards the ceiling, bringing them down. We've got one more here. The arms are reaching long, lifting all the way up towards the ceiling, hinging forwards towards that foot, dropping your head. Reaching those arms forwards, lifting yourself up, dropping those arms. We're going to swap the legs over. The other one leg start in front. Bend so that the sole of your foot is against the thigh. Sitting nice and tall through the body. You can flex that foot. Arms reach long, lifting to the ceiling, really reaching up. Hinge at the hips to bring yourself forwards and down. So you might find you're tighter on one side than the other, that doesn't matter. You should feel a stretch down the back of the calf. Just dropping that head, you're reaching as far forwards as you can. Reaching those arms back in front, all the way up towards the ceiling, and bring them down. We're going again, reaching those arms long and lift. You're really stretching up, hinging at the waist, coming all the way down, dropping that head. Holding here, nice deep breaths. Reaching long, lifting up to the ceiling. Come down, we've got one more here. The arms reach forwards, lifting and lengthening up, hinging through those hips to bring yourself forwards and down. Just holding onto that leg at any place that you can reach. forwards to lift all the way back up. And bring the arms down. Just bring those legs both out long and give them a shake. And then bring your feet in together so that your feet are touching your frog pose. Still sitting up tall, just give the knees a bounce. And as you take that bounce out, just hold on to the feet and lean yourself forwards. Pushing your elbows into your legs, just to increase that stretch. Good, then relaxing there. We're going to lay on our sides, we're going to work on our legs today. Again, just grab yourself a drink if you need one. So as you're laying on your side, did I say back? I think I meant side. As you're laying down on your side, you want to bring your legs together, knees are going to be bent. And just take out your bottom arm so it's long and you can rest your head on it. If you really don't like this position, you can bend the elbow and rest your head in your hand. Your other arm, your top arm, you're going to take that onto your hips, and that's just to secure them in place for this movement. Glue those feet together, we're going to go into clams. So your top leg is going to lift up as high as you can go without moving your pelvis, like moving your hips. And back down. You're lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. Make sure you're breathing. Lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. Up and down. Let's do 2 more. Lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. From there, lengthen those legs away from you. Flexing your feet and looking down your body. You should be able to see your toes. If you're not able to, then bring those legs a tiny bit further forwards so you can see those feet. So you're more in like a slight bent position through the hips, not dead straight. This arm that's on the hip from before, just make sure those hips are stacked. So what you want to do is you want to feel like you're balancing on this bottom hip. I can't really demonstrate very well because I can't even find my hip anymore. But you should feel like you're having to balance. You should feel like you're having to use your tummy. Think about zipping up underneath your waist. Okay, you can use this hand here for support to balance you. We're going to be lifting the top leg up, pointed just to hip height, flex to come down. Point to lift. Flexing down, you're pushing through that ankle. Point and flex. Point and flex. Deep breath through that. Point and flex. Point and flex. We've got 2 more here. Point and flex. Last one. Point and flex. We're going into circle, so lift that leg away. Circle forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Popping that leg down. Just check to make sure again you're still stacked. We're going to go top leg lifts just to hip height. Bottom leg meets it. They come down. We lift, lift and down. Lift, lift and down. Make sure you're breathing. Lift, lift and down. Halfway. Lift, lift and down. Lift, lift and down. Last 2. Lift, lift and down. Lift, lift and down. Double lift coming up and down. Up and down. We're lifting up and down. Up and down. 4 more. Lift and down. Lift and down. We're lifting up and down. Last one. Up and down. from here, you're going to be pressing down into this long arm. So if you have been supporting your head, bring the arm long. You're pushing into that long arm to lift your upper body. So think about under your armpit lifting at the same time as both of those legs. Ideally, you want the hand on the hip, but you can bring it to the side if you need to. We're just doing 8, so we're going to be lifting up and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. 4 more. Lift up and down. Lift and down. You're lifting up and down. Last 2. Lift and down. Lift and down. Relaxing there. We're going to do the other side. So you can either roll over or change the end of the mat that you're laying at. Just bear with me. So again, as you're laying down, you take those knees bent, the arm as long if you can to rest your head down. You can support the head in your hand if you need to. Hand on the hip just to make sure it stays nice and secure. Going into clams. Lift that top knee up and down. Lift and down. We want deep breaths as you lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Halfway, lift up and down. Lift and down. Last 2, lift up and down. Lift and down. From there, take those legs out long. Remember that if you flex your feet, you want to be able to see those toes. If you can't see them, just bring your legs a little bit further forwards. And this top hand on the hip is just making sure that everything is stacked. You can use it to support yourself on the floor and make it going, but it's just to make sure that you're in that balanced position. Use the tummy. We're going to lift that top leg up, pointed, flex to come down, just to hip height, point to lift, flexing down, working through the ankle. Breathe, lifting up and down, lifting up and down. Last 2, lifting up and down, lifting up and down. We're going to do circling of the leg. Lift to circle forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax that leg down. Just check those hips are stacked up still. Top leg lifts just to hip height. Bottom leg finds it and they come down. We're going to lift, lift and down. Lift, lift and down. Breathe. Lift, lift and down. Halfway. Lift, lift and down. Lift, lift and down. We've got 2 more here. Lift, lift and down. Lift, lift and down. Double lifts coming up and down. We lift and down. Breathe, lift and down. Lift and down. 4 more. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Last 1. Lift and down. Going into that hinging through the waist with your upper body lifts as well. So if you are supporting your head, drop down to this nice long arm. Ideally you want a hand on the hip, but if you need to support then you can. Here we go. Lift the legs and the upper body up and down. We lift and down. Breathe and down. We're lifting up and down. Your halfway lift and down. Lift and down. Last 2. Lift and down. Lift and down. Relax there. Take a full body stretch. Rolling onto your back if you need to. Just make sure you take that nice stretch out. And then we're going to be on our hands and knees. So bring yourself onto your hands and knees. We want to make sure the hands are under the shoulders, knees under the hips, get those toes tucked under. As always, if you don't like bearing weight on your wrists, you can drop down to your forearms, but remember, no crossing over or opening out of those hands. You want them to stay parallel to one another. You can be in fists or resting those hands down. As you breathe out, I want you to pull your tummy all the way in to lift your knees off of the floor, just an inch or so. Inhale down. Lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. So you're thinking tummy muscles are lifting you here. Your hands and your feet are just there for support. We want to keep that spine in line. So try and avoid dropping the head or pushing the head all the way up where you're going to put pressure through the neck. So if you're on long arms, just look past those fingertips. If you're on your forearms, then you're looking straight down towards your mat. Let's take 4 more here. Lifting up and down. Lift and down. Last 2, lift up and down. Lift and down. Relax there and take a shell stretch. Rolling to those wrists. Then we're going to be going into our planks. So, we did the same with the plank yesterday that we're going to do all week, and that is going to be to find your plank and lift one hand down, the other hand down, one foot down, the other foot down. So you're going to be in your plank position for quite a long time, but that doesn't matter. You're all super strong, you'll all be brilliant. So, you can move your forearms or on long arms, that's entirely up to you. Bring your upper body towards the end of your mat. So you're going to step one foot back behind you, placing your weight into those toes. The other leg comes to meet it. Find yourself a nice strong plank position. Once you hit that strong plank position, you can go into lift with the arm, put it down. Lift the other arm, put it down. Lift the leg, put it down. Lift the other leg, put it down. Relaxing down. Okay? Then when you're ready, we go again, stepping back, finding that plank. Lift, down, lift, down, lift the leg, down, lift the leg, down, relaxing down. So as always, I just want you to get that really nice strong plank position. You continue here while I talk you through different things. Make sure that you're not rushing it, so you shouldn't be going and slapping the floor with the hands and the feet. It's just nice and controlled, really carefully lift and lower, lift and lower. Same with the legs, and lower, lift and lower. And that way you're going to make sure that you've got a really nice strong plank position. You're going to make sure that you've got really good stability in that position, and you're building that strength up. Remember to squeeze that bottom and pull your tummy in. Make sure that your plank is as strong as it possibly can be before you go into those lifts. Okay, don't worry if you feel like you're rocking from side to side. That's going to happen a little bit because you're having to change your weight placement. That doesn't matter. Okay, breathe. You shouldn't be holding your breath at any point. You can always come down to your forearms if you're finding it too much on those wrists. And make sure that bottom is in line. So if it's too high, you're not going to feel anything through your tummy. If you're dropping it down too low, you're going to put a lot of pressure through your lower back. So if you already suffer from pain or discomfort or weakness in that area, really make sure that you're getting that bum a little bit more lifted, so you're in either a diagonal line if you're on long arms or a flat line if you're on your forearms, okay? Just nice and controlled. We're going to do 2 more here. So you're going to step back, find that plank position. We're going to lift and down, lift and down, lift the leg and down, lift the leg and down, relax. We've got 1 more here. Step back, step back, tipping forwards, find that plank position. The hand lifts and down, lift and down, lift the leg and down, lift the leg and down, relaxing there. So take a stretch back and just roll into those wrists. Control that breathing, grab a drink if you need one. And bring yourself into a seated, standing or knelt position, whichever you find the most comfortable. From here, we're just going to take a roll back of the shoulders. And forwards. I take those arms out nice and long either side of you. We're lifting all the way up. We're stretching over. Come back to the centre. Lifting up. Stretching over. Come back to the centre one more time on each side. We're lifting up. Stretching over. Come back to the centre one more time. Lift up. Stretching over. Back to the centre and relaxing there. That is the end of today's class. So thank you so much for joining me for today's session. Let me just adjust this camera so I don't feel so high. I really appreciate your watching. As I said yesterday, this is the last week of classes, so we've got tomorrow's, Thursdays and Fridays classes that will be live. After that, there is no more classes. I'm stopping, but all classes will stay online. So on my Facebook page, either WD Fitness or Miranda Whiting, you can access the videos from there. Or if you're on YouTube, then it's just Miranda Whiting. It's the little WD Fitness icon as the picture. And there's all of the videos right from the beginning are all just literally reeled off in one go there. And I'm going to leave those up for you to use if you want to. As I said yesterday, and I've said quite a lot recently, if you need any help or advice with anything fitness related, stretching related, pains and niggles, where I could give you a little bit of sports massage advice, please feel free to contact me. I'm more than happy to answer any queries, even when I finish classes at the end of the week, even after I've had the baby. It just might take me a little bit longer to get back to you, but I don't mind helping people out if you need it. Yeah, I'll stop waffling now. I hope you all have a nice day. It's really miserable weather outside, but yeah, have a nice time, and I will hopefully see lots of you this week. Take care. Bye.